name is Aaron Lyons, and this is Dish Society. So Dish Society is unique in a number of ways. The menu changing seasonally is one. The biggest probably noticeable impact is our flex casual model. So we do offer counter service for breakfast, lunch, and brunch, and we do full service for dinner. Starting at 3:30 every day, we switch to a full service model. We bring in a host, we have a bartender, we have full service servers that provide full service to our guests. So you're seated, you're given a menu, everything's taken from the table. And the counterpart to that for breakfast, lunch, and brunch is counter service. So you wait in line, you place your order at the register, you're given a number, you're given a glass, you get your own drink, you sit down, we bring out the food to your table. So initially starting out, Dish Society was gonna just purely be fast casual. And the more I looked at the market, the more I studied other brands, the more I spent a lot of time sitting in fast casual restaurants, I noticed that lunch is the obvious low-hanging fruit. I mean, that's where all these fast casuals make a lot of their money, is lunch. But during dinner, I noticed they were just completely dead. I wanted to change that. That's why in our restaurants, in the design, you see the 12 tap handles, you see a big wine rack, you see all of those things. It's right in front of you, so you know this place does serve alcohol. And it's an open kitchen, open concept. You see all these things, so you know what we're about. A guest doesn't necessarily want to wait in line for dinner. They're not as much of in a hurry. Maybe they're with their family, they want to sit down. A lot of them want to be waited on, but a lot of them still don't want to spend a lot of money. So that's kind of where we fill that gap, where you can still come here for a date night. You can bring your family, you can come by yourself and eat at the bar and watch TV. So it's a little bit different, and the menu changes a little bit different between the 2 day parts. Not drastically, but there are some subtle nuances there. I totally understand there's a lot of hesitation and reluctance to kind of change your model, your operating model throughout the day. What we've found is that it's really, most of it's optics, most of it's cosmetic stuff, right? We dress up the uniform a little bit. We have a host and a bartender instead of cashiers, and we have servers instead of cashiers. The menu doesn't really change that much. So the kitchen operations is actually a little bit easier at night because it's not blow and go during lunch. It's not as high volume, so they have time to really focus and concentrate on the plating. We can run it with fewer people. So the name Dish Society was about the 4th or 5th iteration that we had kind of kicked around. It had changed names several times. Each time I kind of fell out of love with the name. The previous name was Urban Dish. And part of Urban Dish, we had the Dish Society, which was our kind of group of brand ambassadors, part of our loyalty program. And then I fell out of love with the name Urban Dish, and my wife and I were sitting around the coffee table just with all these names and trying to combine all these different words and trying to make it work. And she just said, why don't you just call it Dish Society? And it's ultimately how it happened. So what I would tell people at the flex casual model is that there's a need for it. I think it's sort of the next thing. I don't think fast casual is necessarily worn out its welcome, but it's becoming very saturated. People get it. It's not novel anymore. That's now the new norm. That's now the thing that people expect. I think this flex casual model, fine fast casual, whatever you want to call it, I think that's the next thing. That's the next fast casual. That's the next Chipotle. There's going to be concepts that emerge in this model that will be the next big thing. I think this is the way things are evolving. Consumers still want good food. They're more conscious. They're more aware about what they're eating and where it comes from. And I think for restaurateurs and savvy business people, they're going to see what I saw. Is it disruptive? I don't know. Maybe to some people, maybe to the conventional people, it does throw some people off. But I think it provides more opportunities for the restaurateur, and it allows you to attract kind of different consumers throughout the day and expose people to your brand that might not otherwise have been exposed to it. So what I would tell entrepreneurs that want to get into the restaurant business, I'd say do your research. Go work in a restaurant. Go see if it's what you want to do. It's a very difficult business. I would say know your numbers. Be a business person. Don't be a server who wants to open their own restaurant. Don't be a line cook that wants to open his own restaurant. Don't be the guy whose grandma's got a great recipe and wants to go open a restaurant. That's great, but you better know your numbers.